we're gonna start right now. So
An hour. Probably an hour max.
yeah, our max.
All right. Waiting for the show up. Get us all
right.
looking fancy.
Do the change the title.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's do that.
And I put the stuff in the Discord for
Sure.
you.
Let me just.
All right. While you do that, I'll do the intro.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Into the Movieverse 2021 awards. Now, we have alluded and talked about this for quite a while, and we are excited to bring you the Into the Movieverse 2021 awards. Essentially, what to expect out of this is a breakdown of some of the movies that we've done this 2021 year. Well, now it's 2022, so Happy New Year, Cody. And
Happy New Year, man.
We look forward to doing a new season of the podcast, reviewing some of the latest movies, maybe going back a little bit and talking about some of the movies that came out in the past. And we just look forward to a great year for movies and discussing movies. And hopefully you guys enjoy the podcast and look forward to the next 2020 or just the next award.
2022 awards.
2022 awards. So without further ado, are you ready to get into this? Hit the little button down there. Hit the little button.
Okay, I got you.
We got some sound bites here.
Gotta do a clap. All right.
There it is.
Let's do it.
I heard it on the live, so it's a little late. But
the first category is Best Acting. And by the way, this includes movies not just that have released in 2021. This is movies we've seen in 2021. And there will be a separate category just for the movies that have released this year. But for now, this is including everything we have watched on this podcast and reviewed this year. So, the nominees for Best Acting are The Power of the Dog, Tenet, and The Revenant.
And the actors for those, so we're talking about Benedict Cumberbatch. We are talking about hold on, I
Leonardo DiCaprio.
We're talking about John David Washington and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
So the main actors of the movies.
We all amazing. Definitely carried the movies they were in, but one in particular is going to win this award.
Well, this is best acting overall. Not we have a best actor, but best acting for overall. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah. So the award goes to Benedict Cumberbatch in The Power of the Dog. Amazing acting, and I think the majority of people who watch us know that we learned that he method acted the entire process of this filming. He didn't talk to Kristen Dunst. She and his character did not get along, so he did not talk to her during filming. He didn't shower like his character. He was in the role the entire time of production. So definitely well deserving. Let's give a little round of applause for that.
I think this movie
Woo!
is great for the best acting because it, like you said, it was very method acting. It was it was like so raw.
Yeah.
That doesn't take away from any of the acting done in Tenet or The Revenant because both of those are also very, very good movies. And obviously Leonardo won his Oscar for his performance in The Revenant, and there's some really great acting in Tenet, and I'm sure that was really difficult to pull off some of the stuff that they did in there. But just like Power of the Dog, just Benedict Cumberbatch encapsulates just the character really well, and some of the other actors and stuff just performed so well in that movie.
Yeah.
That it just has to get the best overall acting award for this category for this year.
Oh yeah, so this includes everyone, not just the lead actor. Basically, we should have mentioned that this category would include everyone in the film, and I think out of the three movies in general, there was the most supporting acting in The Power of the Dog. Anyway, The Revenant. I think Revenant would probably get the runner-up on this, but I think all three are definitely it was a hard choice.
It was, yeah.
No doubt a hard choice. So let's move on to the next category, ladies and gentlemen. We have Best Set Design. We're really big on, bringing the world to life. We love discussing that in our podcast, so it was really important to us that we include this category. Of course, this is all our opinions. So we're looking at The Power of the Dog, Dune, and The Revenant.
Yep.
Who do you think is going to win, man? Because I don't know which one you picked. I mean, who's going to win? I don't know.
So, Revenant had some really great, backdrop scenery.
Yeah.
I think the locations and stuff they picked were really good. And I believe that hold on, just
move your camera out a little bit.
I believe that all these have some really great sets. What shocked me the most was that Power of the Dog was filmed in New Zealand, and we both thought it was pretty much in the USA. So it was just really interesting to see that those films, a lot of the films take place in New Zealand and those kind of places. What kind of Dune had some really great shots, but for me, the scenery was cool and all, but at the end of the day, it's just a big desert if you think about it,
The thing with Dune is they replicate the liquefaction. I think that's what it's called, of the sand, the bubbling effect when you add air and vibration to sand, and the atmosphere, nailing the atmosphere of, is it Caladan? Is that the homeworld they came from? The Atreides family.
I don't know.
No, because there's Caladan, and then there's.
I think that's the planet. It sounds like it is.
Arrakis. They were from Caladan. They went to Arrakis. Is the planet that is known by in the main planet in Dune, but they nail the atmosphere. The way everything's hard to see. There's and that's really hard to do because the way in that movie you can see all the particles in the air reflecting all the light. And Corridor Crew went over this. Really good channel, by the way. If you guys haven't seen they have a video on comparing Dune to the original Dune. Really good. But yeah, all three of these movies have really good set design. So let's see who the winner is. What's the audio for this?
They're all the same.
Oh, just okay. Oh, and the winner is The Revenant. Applause, everybody! Applause.
Yeah,
cut that one short.
Revenant wins.
Yeah, that is a really stunning movie.
Visually stunning.
Yeah.
Yep. Just everything about it is great.
Yeah.
From the set design point of view.
Easily.
I think the next award might stir something.
Let's see. We're about to go there now. Yep. Best story writing.
So, yeah, best story writing. I think what these movies have ranked pretty high within our own ratings. So, just for reference, Power of the Dog has a 7.8, Dune has an 8.5, and Tenet has a 9.2 within our ratings. And these movies, they all are really you really have to analyze them, and Tenet is just beautifully crafted. It's really a masterpiece. I really think that this movie, it has a lot of rewatchability to it. And Cody, are you still there?
I am here. No, I had to Turn the TV off. I didn't know if the audio was leaking through.
Disappeared. I was like, where'd he go?
I was like, I don't want to get copyrighted by TV audio in the background, so I had to fix that.
So Tenet, really masterfully done. Dune, I would say Dune has some really good story writing just because they're taking a franchise that has flopped, like, as a movie in the past. And did you put the movies up there?
There you go.
Okay. And it's sort of reviving something that people have missed out on, that just was poorly done in the past. And then Power of the Dog back again.
Well, Dune is definitely the most complicated out of these three stories, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot more coming out about it. And I think that Power of the Dog just... It's something that we haven't seen in a Western in a while, so it's something fresh for Westerns, and it also tells a really raw story. So, Cody, who do you think is going to win?
Well,
best story writing. Give me your thoughts on this too.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you look at these, so you got Dune. Dune is the most complicated. Tenet is the most confusing, and Power of the Dog is most like eluding. Like, you really don't know the story completely, and you're trying to figure it out. You know, it's not like confusing like Dune, but it's more like the details are hidden. Like, there isn't a lot to it, if that makes sense. Because Dune has been done before, Power of the Dog, I think, because it's just so unique, like you said, for a Western. And I haven't read the book, but, you know, when I heard it was from a book, I'm like, yeah, no doubt. It's like very, very heavily story oriented. Like, it's just a lot of heavy conversations that really the conversations in the movie don't tell you what's going on. It's more like these little details you're trying to figure out in your head, the whole backstory, the whole background to, like, how they started the farm, where it came from, who was there before. So yeah, it's just a really well crafted story, and I really enjoyed, even though the movie was slower, I enjoyed trying to figure everything out.
Yeah.
Same with Dune, to be honest, but
Dune, I felt like the pacing was a little bit better. I mean, it still was a slow movie.
Yeah.
But there was a lot more to digest, like, because they had those spurts of action and stuff like that, whereas Power of the Dog is really just all drama and build up and that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah. I did like the slow build up in Power of the Dog. Each act got faster and faster.
Right.
So the winner for best story writing is The Power of the Dog. Claps, claps, claps.
It's a bit behind on the live stream, but it's all right.
No, I mean, yeah, you just hear the clapping later. No, definitely, definitely earned it.
Yeah, definitely earned that. And yeah, it's definitely a movie worth watching.
It's hard to explain why it gets this award, you know, because I don't think we should talk about the story too much, but
no,
it's just really well crafted. Best way to put it. You could
definitely find, like, Tenet definitely has some confusing parts in it. Like, you definitely have to watch it over and over again to understand it. Whereas Power of the Dog, like, if you just watch it and then think about what you watched after the fact, you can really just figure it out, you know.
Like Dune,
it just makes a lot more sense.
Like, Dune is really element heavy, and then Tenet is more like, it has one main element that you're trying to understand. But then Power of the Dog has, like, a lot of little things that you have to, like, piece together in your head to get the full picture, and it made it really interesting. You know, I felt like you were a detective watching that movie. So that's why I think it wins this award. And definitely one of those movies we did not think we were going to enjoy it. We were like, oh, like looks like a weird, slow Western. I guess we'll watch it.
Not what I anticipated, too.
Not at all. It's definitely worth watching. So, next category, ladies and gentlemen, we have Best Supporting Actor.
Yep.
Okay, and the nominees are. So I think
people are gonna think that we're
the Oscars.
like no, just we definitely have two movies consistently in the first few categories. So
yeah, but that's well.
But these movies are.
I think we're gonna have a lot more movies this next year. We didn't start at the beginning of the year 2021, no. So this includes 10 movies, by the way, and I think every movie will appear in all these they'll appear at least once in these categories. So, and I think next year we'll also do some classics and definitely some other categories. But so, The Power of the Dog supporting actor was his brother, right? What's his name?
Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons,
is the actor.
We have
Robert Pattinson for Tenet.
Yep.
And then I forgot the name of the actor for the dad in Shang Chi.
Yeah, who killed it. He was really good. Yeah. He's a very famous actor in Asia, and this was his first Hollywood debut. And yeah, he was like, I remember when we reviewed this movie, and I was like, whose movie is this? Shang-Chi's or his dad's?
Tony, I'm going to really botch this. Tony Leung? It's Leung, so take it how you...
Tony Lang? Okay, Tony L. Mr. L.
Tony. And Tony. So, yeah, I agree with you, Cody. I think he definitely stole the show. He did have the rings for the longest.
I know. It was really like his origin movie, kind of.
Yeah.
Too.
Give me your thoughts first.
Robert Pattinson is really good in Tenet. I'm so excited for his portrayal of Batman. But I don't think... It wasn't as intense as Jesse Plemons. Jesse Plemons really knocked it out of the park. You know, he felt... His portrayal of the brother felt really... really raw, really good. It's hard to describe. He was really good. I don't think Robert Pattinson got either enough screen time or enough dialogue to really compete. You know?
Yeah, okay.
Like, Tenet is mainly an action movie. There's good dialogue, but there's not, very long, sequences. Sequences, like Power of the Dog has. And Shang-Chi, the dad was just in it all the time. At least more than half the movie was him. So,
yeah. So for me, Tenet has I think it's sort of, I don't know, I could be wrong, but my opinion is that Tenet breaks the Twilight mold for Robert Pattinson. I think he's just stuck in that Twilight. I'll just call it the Twilight Zone. Because
whoa.
Everybody just always relates it back to that. And seeing him in this type of movie really shows his range as an actor.
Yeah.
And it breaks that mold. And now we're going to see him as Batman, and now he's moving on from being a vampire. And whatever his performance was there, I mean, we can all say those movies were pretty cringy. To being in this action movie and being on a more serious tactical action note is just really cool to see him in. I love Jesse Plemons in The Power of the Dog. I think he did a really good job.
Yeah.
You can really feel the bond between Benedict and Jesse, and they both did a fantastic
and you
job.
can
complement each other so well.
Yeah, and you can really tell, throughout the movie, you really feel their disconnect. How Jesse Plemons' character, he was like, I need something more. I can't live this life of living on the farm. You can tell he was trying to integrate himself with society of the time, I guess I'd put it.
Right.
And you can feel his connection with Kristen Dunst. Kirsten. And amazing job. So let's see who wins this category. The dad in Shang Chi, Tony.
Tony.
Mr. L. Yeah.
Yeah, his character was just really good.
Yeah.
He was really good, and just that's all there really is to it. He was just he killed it. He killed the role. It's a shame that we won't be really seeing more of him. But yeah, he just go watch Shang-Chi if you haven't. It's sort of, I want to say it's a breath of fresh air for Marvel, just because it's something different, and that movie in general is just, it's really good. It's a good balance between the comedy, the action, and it has some really great CGI work in it as well.
Yes, and yeah, all of his lines, everything he does, great. So, yeah. Best Supporting Actress is the next category. The nominees are Kristen Dunst and Kristen Dunst in The Power of the Dog. You're gonna have to look up these names for me.
Yeah, I'll get the mom. Yeah.
MJ in No Way Home, and by the way, we have seen No Way Home. Luca has seen it now. We are going to do a podcast on it, but we thought, this is 2021. We got to include it. So we're not going to share any thoughts right now on it. Maybe a little. But
Charlotte Rampling.
Really? Okay.
Charlotte Rampling.
She was in Mission Impossible too. Okay. Charlotte Rampling as well as Kirsten Dunst, and MJ, who is Zendaya.
Yeah, Zendaya.
And who are we doing for a supporting actress from Black Widow?
We're doing
the sister,
Yelena.
And what is the actress's name who portrays that character?
She is Florence.
We could put the names underneath.
Pug. It's Pugh. It's Florence. Let's just call her Florence. So doing her, I mean, I could have put the actors under it.
Yeah.
I'd have to sync up
maybe next year
all the stuff for it, and I just didn't want to do that. Just it's easier with the posters.
Yeah.
So yeah, Power of the Dog, Kristen Dunst. And yeah, so let's see. Talk about, so yeah, we're going to be doing the No Way Home podcast probably this week, because I watched it yesterday. But since I did watch it, we were able to figure out where it goes for the awards. You'll see why we put it in certain places and why it got certain things once we do the podcast.
Yes.
So
it's gonna be a good one, long
one. Let's see. So, yeah, talk about your stuff with Zendaya, and let's break it down a little bit.
Listen, she's a really good actress. I don't think she's gonna win this category because, and by the way, I really don't know, because we were discussing these and it's been a while, and I thought it'd be fun to just not know when we were doing this. She's really good at this, but her portrayal of MJ is, I guess, bland. Not her acting, but the character itself is very not, even in the movie she says, if you expect nothing, you'll never get disappointed, something like that. She's very cold, very reserved. I don't know. It's just, she's not very lively. And that's how, so it's because of that, Zendaya doesn't get a chance to show her full range as an actress, I feel. Whereas in these other movies, the supporting actresses had a larger range of emotions and dialogue opportunities, to show their skills.
Right.
If that makes sense. So I think for that reason, for this movie, in this category, I don't think she's going to win.
Move on to talk about all of them, and then I'll give
okay. Well, Kristen Dunst in The Power of the Dog was really good. I mean, she the fear she had for Benedict Cumberbatch's character, you can really feel that, when she was terrified playing the piano and shaking. She did an amazing job. if she doesn't win this, definitely like still a runner up for that. The sister in Black Widow, what's her name again?
Florence.
Florence. Very good job. Yes, that's it. It's been a while since we've seen that movie.
Yeah.
But I remember us saying and reading online. I remember us saying and reading online that the sister kind of stole the movie. That it was like, you can tell it was kind of like the movie was setting up for her to take over Scarlett Johansson's place in the Marvel Universe.
Yep.
And apparently Hawkeye has proven that.
Yep.
So, yeah, that she kind of stole the whole movie, I think. I remember her being one of the best parts of the movie. And then the last one, the mother in Dune. What is her name again, Luca?
Charlotte.
She was okay, in my opinion. Like, she wasn't like... okay, let's be honest. I think she was better in Reminiscence. Even though we weren't fans of that movie that much. I feel like she either had more opportunity to like show her skill, or her character
She played a bigger role.
Yeah, I feel like the mother in this movie doesn't have a lot of depth besides like, there's a lot of mystery behind her character, but we don't know a lot about it yet. There's just she is really good in this, but it's not. I don't think it's her best work, and I don't think it's the best work out of these movies. So that's what I'll have to say on that.
Okay. All right. So I'll just start off with Black Widow. I think, like Yelena / Florence really took the cake in that movie.
Yep.
And I watched the Hawkeye series full through, so I've seen the whole thing already. And whenever she just makes like a presence on the screen, like you could tell, she's just really good at what she does. She's really good at playing this character, and I think she's good. Like she's just good, and I think that Zendaya as MJ, she is very toned back. But then again, if you think back to the other Spider-Mans, like the girlfriend / MJ, Gwen Stacy, whatever, they all play a minimal role, I feel like.
Well, I feel like Gwen was the most. Gwen was like the best in the sense that she was most like, no, I don't want to say the best. She was like very different, rambunctious, very loud, very like running around, very excited, very open. But yeah, this is definitely the most closed off version of MJ we've had.
Yeah, it's almost like she's very private in a way.
Yeah.
But I think she does Tom Holland's Spider-Man. She manages that pretty well.
Yeah.
Dune, the mom, Charlotte, I think she was better than I think she was good. And I say this because some of the scenes that I remember of Dune are the ones like where she's teaching him how to use the voice.
Yeah, that was.
And I think that scene where it's both of them interacting with each other, and just her like speaking and acting motherly and doing all that kind of stuff, really made Timothy and his character a lot better. I think that like if she wasn't in that movie and it was Oscar Isaac's character, like his dad, it could have been different. So I think she did a really great job, just like when she was in the scenes and she was doing the stuff, like she stood out. She wasn't just like part of the scene. For Power of the Dog, Kristen Dunst's character, I think I mentioned this in the Power of the Dog podcast. I just found her kind of annoying. Like I think Kristen Dunst, like she just kind of annoyed me, and the twist that happens in that movie, I was kind of hoping happened to her, but once you watch the movie and you see the twist that happens, you'll understand. But because we don't want to spoil any of the movies really here, but we spoiled them in the podcast, obviously. But if you're just watching this, we're gonna try not to spoil anything. And her character just really made me not really like that character. I don't mind Kristen Dunst, but just that performance, I just did not really like it.
The way you got to look at it, I think, is the character is written. I think the character is written and portrayed to be annoying, and she does that well.
Yeah,
she clearly doesn't fit in, but at the same time, you gotta. I guess they want you to feel bad for her that she's not able to fit in just because of Benedict Cumberbatch's character. So, yeah, it's a mixed pot. We don't really we definitely have mixed feelings about her portrayal of that character. So, I think it's time we unveil.
Reveal it. Okay. I honestly forgot. I was trying to look at this thing.
Whoa.
I didn't even write it down.
Whoa. Where are we going? We passed a lot of things. Whoa.
What happened?
We passed it by accident. I got it. Don't worry. We'll mix up.
Oh
there.
No, we revealed the.
No.
Well, I guess we could just.
Oh, it's not. It's not showing up, man. It's not showing up.
Is the animation not?
Yeah. No. Which one? Which one did we pick for that?
I believe. Well.
No.
I don't know why that was not working.
It wasn't even set right. I think we picked the sister from Black Widow. I thought that's what we agreed on.
Yeah, I can.
So.
Okay. Malfunction.
Whoa! Behind the scenes, you weren't supposed to see that.
Let me do it right now. Hold on. And then you can do it.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's okay, man. Not a big deal.
All right, do it. You can do it now.
Okay, I gotta go back.
I think it should automatically change it.
What?
Man, I really thought I had it all set up.
Nah, man. It starts with one of them missing. Which one did we pick? Black Widow?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Just go with it.
Let's move on.
All right. Oh, God.
Most underrated movie.
All right. Well, let's just talk about. I mean, we can just reveal that.
Let's. I think we should go a little bit faster pace too. Power of the Dog. I think it got its credit that it deserved. It's on Netflix. Maybe it would have done better in theaters, to be honest with you.
Yep.
I think that's its problem. Black Widow. It came out way too late.
It was too late. Yep.
Too late and on streaming.
Yeah.
And it was
which I didn't mind. I don't mind that it was on streaming.
No,
but it was too late.
It was too late because. Well, not just that. What annoyed me was that it was so late and there were still very noticeable CGI flaws.
Yeah.
So how much time did you guys have?
So rushed, late. Yeah.
Exactly.
Didn't make sense.
Yeah, rushed and late. What's going on here?
We were saying that it could have been better as a TV show.
Yeah, so.
Could have been better as a TV show.
Maybe.
All right, lastly, just reveal it as...
ladies and gentlemen...
The first movie we ever did on the podcast.
Yeah, Highwaymen. The Highwaymen.
Severely underrated.
Severely. It is... Very happy it's a first movie we ever did. What do you want to say on it? You start, because I know I said a lot on this.
This movie obviously is the first one we've done. And we say it's underrated because it had a rating of a 6.9 on IMDb, and we gave it an 8.5. I think it was just overlooked in the sense that the acting is really good in it. They have two high class actors. It's a different take on the Bonnie and Clyde story, and it has some good, funny jokes in there, and a lot of the scenery and stuff is really nice. A lot of the crane work is nice. Just the way that they did the movie itself, is worth the watch. I'd say it's worth one watch. I would not watch it again. um, unlike Cody, and
Seen it a few times. Yeah.
and it's just it's underrated. It needs more attention to it. So if you haven't
Yep.
seen Highwaymen, it's on Netflix. Go check it out. Um, it's a really good watch.
Yeah, like we said, I think we both agree we like good world building and a slow pace if it pays off, and this movie is definitely that. So definitely see this on Netflix. Worth your time. It's really cool to see a retelling of a story that's been told the same way a million times. It's completely different, and that's what makes it so special. Very underrated. So a little clap. This movie deserves a clap.
All right, we're moving on.
We're moving on, bro. Let's do this. Best costumes.
We're about halfway through now.
That's good.
The award.
We're gonna be a little faster now, I think.
Just for reference. Yeah. So now we've sort of seen some of these movies already in the past.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to best costumes.
But now we see Suicide Squad nominees. Nominees: Suicide Squad, Revenant, Shang Chi, and Power of the Dog. I think Suicide Squad is getting on the best costumes just because. I mean, like,
there's some good costume work in it.
There are some good costumes. I think. Was Death Spore or whatever his name is, or what's his name? What's the Idris Elba's
Death Spawn,
whatever it is.
Yeah, sure.
I think he had a really good costume. Peacemaker's costume is whatever.
It's cheesy.
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
Okay, yeah, but I think that costume alone is really good.
Yeah.
They also have some really great CG work. They're cheesy costumes, but I mean, they are comic book accurate. I think so. You got to give them that.
It's a really fun movie. This is a movie I think when making this award show we may have overlooked that could have been in a few more categories. Definitely, I think like we didn't do this award, but if we could give an award for funniest movie of 2021, I think it would have to be that one. It was just the most, James Gunn did an amazing job.
And
it's
best
funny.
Transitions.
Best transitions. It's silly. It's goofy. It's funny. It's a very memorable watch.
Right.
Definitely something if someone was like, "Hey man, we got a party going on. We just need something everyone will enjoy. Just have a good time." Be like, dude, go watch Suicide Squad 2. It's definitely worth it.
The James Gunn one.
Yeah, the James Gunn one. Go watch it. It's just a fun time. That's the bit.
Yeah.
That's the way to put it. Best way to put it.
Revenant. All those costumes.
The blood work.
Yeah, blood work. All the stuff that they did there, really good.
And they do a lot of it. They're very accurate with their, as he's traveling, what changes from his outfit and what he's wearing.
Tom Hardy looking completely not like Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Moving on, Shang-Chi. I think the reason we put this in here is because of the red dragon scale costumes that they have. Like the one that Shang-Chi has on, like, in the poster.
Yeah.
I think those were really good. But that's like, I think that's really the only reason.
I think we agreed I think we agreed they have they have a couple cool designs, but then everyone's wearing them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like repetitive.
And Power of the Dog, I think they just really nailed the look of the time.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's a Western movie, but I think they did the way that it was worn, on Benedict Cumberbatch's character. You could tell that he was working in it for a long time, and none of the stuff that he really wore was refined, unlike his brothers. He wore very refined clothes. He always looked nice.
Civilized. So,
this one, reveal the winners. Okay, unless you want to say anything else.
No, I think we're good here. Let's see. The winner for best costumes. We tied, huh? We got a tie here.
We have a tie. Yes. We have a tie between. I'm waiting for it to pop up on the stream here.
Yep.
But we
got a tie between
Power of the Dog and Revenant.
Yep. Both really good costume design. I think the Power of the Dog has a few special elements to it, like the saddles, and let's see, the scarf and the clothes are very important in that movie, story wise. So and so is The Revenant. It's a survival thing, and they do it justice. I'm gonna hope that in future years we do it so like, it's not we're not just saying these win because they're time period accurate. Like Highwaymen, that had time period accurate clothing as well, but it wasn't standout like these ones.
Right.
They didn't feel like costumes in The Revenant. You know what I mean?
Right.
This just felt like a really good raw performance on. Wait, that doesn't make sense. The costumes are very good in Revenant. And they don't look like costumes. They look like just the regular clothing you would wear in, what was it, the early 1800s?
Yeah.
So.
And like in that environment as well. They look really good.
Yeah, especially when they get
on.
bloody and wet. So.
All right, yeah.
See.
Move on to the next one.
Move on. So, best CGI. The nominees.
So, technically all these movies that we've reviewed
Wait,
CGI.
bro. I'm getting all fancy here.
Okay. Right.
Best CGI. The nominees are Reminiscence, Shang Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, and Dune. Now you go.
Okay. Technically all the movies that we have watched have CGI within them, but I think some of the CGI in these three movies are very memorable.
Yeah.
Even though Reminiscence we did not like that much, the actual like thing where they do the memory tap into or whatever, all that is fantastic. Like it looked great.
The strings hanging down.
Yep, it looks. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know at the end of the day if it was CGI or not. It could have been practical.
Oh no, the hologram wasn't, but the strings I think was practical. Maybe, I don't know.
And just that whole thing was great. That's probably the one thing that I took away from that movie. Yeah,
the world building, like the city underwater, all that stuff.
The water simulations were really good. If there were, I mean, they all looked pretty real.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi, I would say, obviously the 10 rings were probably CG.
I'd hope.
All that stuff and their water simulations were really cool. The dragon was fantastic in that movie.
All the water, all the whole world was really good.
Yep, they just did such a great job with the CG work in that movie. And Dune, my God. Dune with CGI, like the stuff that you see that is CG legitimately just looks real.
It's breathtaking.
Like, all the ships in there look like they're real. There's been a lot of work put into it. You could tell, and the CG work in Dune is just immaculate.
Yeah. All the ship designs, like the world everything's amazing in Dune. Like I think we talk about atmosphere a lot. There's definitely like mind blowing, and it wouldn't be possible without the CGI. One of the biggest things in the CGI, the shields, and when the bombs hit the ships and the explosion is contained in the shield till the shield breaks. Remember that?
Yep.
That was crazy. So
it's
Let's see who won. Dune. Round of applause.
Dune.
Well earned.
Very.
Yeah. No explanation needed. Go see Dune.
I'm not sure how you could watch Dune now. I think it's just a rental, right?
I think it. Well, let's see. We'll just see if anyone's curious. Dune.
Shang-Chi is now on Disney Plus.
Oh, it's on.
Reminiscence is on HBO.
Dude, it's back on HBO Max.
Is it really?
I think so. I think once it left theaters, it's probably back on HBO Max. I would watch that again. On HBO Max.
Now that you don't have to pay $20 for it.
Oh, yeah. I did though, but it was worth it. On the big TV, like 4K TV, worth it. All right, next category, ladies and gentlemen. Most unique movie.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a category that we made up.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good category. I like it.
The nominees for most unique movie are Reminiscence, Wheelman and Tenet.
Mm,
How was that? Was that good? Was that?
that was good. Ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So Tenet, I think, is just like an original movie. There's really nothing like Tenet out there.
Okay. I'll let you say that. No, it's definitely nothing like it out there, but you can watch it and you're like, if you didn't know the director before you watch it and you watched it, you'd be like, yeah, Christopher Nolan made this. like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
So let's see, Wheelman. This movie is unique because if you haven't seen it, or if you have, you'll know why it's unique. But if you haven't seen it, the movie is all from the car. It's from the perspective of the car. It's really it's really a unique movie, and it's really original in the way that it's filmed and written and all that kind of stuff. So that's why this is here. And this movie, I feel like, it's a low budget movie. It's on Netflix still, so you can go watch it.
yeah, it's like an indie project, basically. Small.
Yeah, it's a really good movie to check out, and Frank Grillo is really good in it.
Where's
And
the drop, man? Where's the
we
drop?
Still talk about this movie
Yeah.
to this day just because we found it so entertaining, with him. And then Reminiscence, we haven't seen anything with this, I'm not going to go too far into Reminiscence.
Well, no, here's the thing.
Whole mind thing. And
it is, though, like, there's an old 70s or 80s movie I have to show you. It's about, like, going inside lucid dreams with people. It's really cool. I forget its name. But when reading reviews after we watched it, Luca, the majority of articles were like, this is so copy and paste. like it's
Well,
like Inception,
I don't think it's like Inception.
No, but it's reminiscent. It's reminiscent of other movies.
Oh man.
So
okay.
It's all not right. I'm not saying it's not unique, but it's like it's not out there. So
yeah, all right.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was unique.
Tenet's out there.
That's why I put it in there. Because I thought it was unique. But
yeah. I mean,
compared to the other movies we've reviewed,
that's true.
These three are probably the most unique out of all of them.
Did we put best poster on the slideshow? Did we do that?
No.
Okay, well, best poster we agreed goes to Reminiscence. Everybody, we did discuss this.
Best poster goes to Reminiscence.
It has a really good poster.
And we'll talk about that at the end.
Yeah. When we get to the favorites. Okay, next category. I'll do this one. Oh wait, never mind. Wheelman wins. I forgot.
Don't overlook the most
I'm too far ahead. Okay.
Wheelman is the most unique. Check it out.
It's kind of unique in the sense of like 1917. In this, it's just a different perspective that you never see. So everything's shot like from the seat of the passenger seat, and you only leave the car once or twice. But it's really cool, especially if you're listening with headphones or surround sound.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a passion project for the director, and I think this was his first movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely go check Wheelman out. Like Luca said, we talk about this all the time because it's so memorable, because it's so different, because it's so unique. We reminisce about it a lot.
All right.
So, next category.
All right, so we sort of alluded to this because we did best acting, and now we're doing best actor. So the single actor.
I got this. The next category is best actor. One is missing. What was it?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no. What was the...
One's fades in on click.
Okay, that's fine. It's not the winner, so... Oh, no! Okay, well, okay. Look, Shang Chi is there as well, okay? Shang Chi, you can see it. Shang Chi is there.
Let me do fade out on click.
Okay.
Now it should... Oh my god, it's just spazzing out.
No, that was me doing that. I'm doing that.
Okay.
It's fine. So we have
Shang Chi, who is played by Simu Liu.
Yeah.
We have John David Washington for Tenet, Leo for Revenant, and Benedict for Power of the Dog.
Yes.
So let's just go. I don't think we need to talk about these movies.
Let's just go right. Although what I will say is Shang-Chi. Well, we'll say it after. So here we go. Here's the winners.
I forgot who won this. Okay.
No, okay. Power of the Dog won. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes.
I think it was a close call with The Revenant and Leonardo because he didn't win. What was his Oscar for?
I don't even remember.
Okay, well, yeah, I know it's probably like weird that we didn't give Best Actor to the guy who actually won the Oscar, but also I don't think
he won New York Film Critics Circle Award for Best Actor.
Did he win an Oscar too? His first Oscar? Is that what that is?
That's Leonardo DiCaprio's.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Benedict Cumberbatch.
Well, I don't think the Oscars are. They'll probably be included in the next round, right? Or
I guess. I don't know. But go on.
Yeah, we didn't have Revenant win, even though he probably won Best Actor for those Oscar. But yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch is insanely good in this movie.
I feel like though, like since he won the Oscar for that, maybe we're like, like why? I don't know. He got an Oscar for it, and I think Leo really did a great job in Revenant.
Yeah,
he probably did method act. I don't remember too much because that movie came out in 2015, but Benedict just like really blew it out of the water. And Benedict is also one of my favorite actors, so maybe there's a little bit of biased to that, but yeah, he's really good.
Yeah. Like what I was gonna say, what's a hard thing is when you're such a famous actor and you're like when you're such a famous actor who's stuck in a portrayal of one character, like for example, Mark Hamill, who plays Luke Skywalker. The problem with being so famous for one role is you go do another acting job and everyone's gonna go, look, it's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
So the thing with Benedict Cumberbatch is he's so famous now. He's Sherlock Holmes. He's Doctor Strange. He's these really famous characters. And, what's telling is that you can watch this movie and you totally forget about that. He is so in this character.
I agree.
You don't look at him and go, oh, look, it's Doctor Strange in the Midwest. He's just, he's on another level. So that's why he deserves this. Because I still, Leonardo DiCaprio, I think the whole time we were watching the movie, we're like, look, Leonardo DiCaprio's getting eaten by a bear.
We just think of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like I think his most notable performance, like people recognize him from Wolf of Wall Street, Titanic, and maybe they would recognize him from Catch Me If You Can.
Honestly, if we had
a lot of stuff, but like we just look at him and we're like, that's Leonardo DiCaprio.
I mean, I want to say that Leonardo DiCaprio did not win this category, probably by just a few hairs, very close. He's amazing in The Revenant, and if you have not seen it, it is so worth watching. Like you feel his pain and his anger, and it's unbelievable. I think best emotional acting, like. This was a really hard choice, so let's move on because we can talk about the two of them.
We don't need to explain it.
Okay, Best Actress. You can do the nominee voice.
Best Actress. The nominees are Reminiscence with Charlotte Rampling. We're gonna skip over the Shang-Chi one because I forgot her name. Black Widow with Scarlett Johansson.
Isn't it supposed to be Scarlett Johansson in Black Widow?
And Aquafina in Shang-Chi. I forgot that she was on a water bottle.
No, oh my god, she's a rapper too, right?
I know. Yeah, she does music and like she goes by Aquafina, but
okay, Aquafina.
Yeah. All right. So,
My name's Dzani. Like, Stop and Shop, store brand.
I don't think we have to talk too much about this.
No.
To be honest.
No. I think
She was awkward. Awkwafina was awkward in Shang Chi. I think she was supposed to be there for comedic relief.
Yeah, exactly.
And which she did that really well, but then we were sort of just getting annoyed by her. And I don't want to be rude, but her voice is just kind of annoying to me.
Well, the character was definitely written to be.
The character's definitely written to be annoying. Reminiscence. You need to talk about that. I don't really. Her performance in Reminiscence was not as memorable to me as it was in Dune. That's what I'll say.
No, yeah, definitely more in Dune. Better opportunity for her. But I think at the end of the day, there's only one of these movies that has a lead actress that's female. Like, the main character is female.
Yeah.
In this category, which we should probably definitely try and include more.
Yes.
It's kind of also sadly, it's kind of difficult.
This is just also how it worked out.
Yeah. Based on the movies we watched. Oh, you know what?
2021 movies too.
Silly us. We could have included Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn. What's her name?
Yeah, we could have. I forgot her name.
We could have, should have, would have. Okay.
But I don't think she's still. I don't know.
You know who is also really good, and we totally.
That just goes to what to say about that Harley Quinn character, though.
Yeah.
We totally forgot about her.
Yeah, it's true. Also, the wife in Highwaymen. You only see her for like one scene at the beginning or two scenes, but she's really good.
She could be really good, but it doesn't. I don't think that necessarily warrants.
Yeah, no. Okay.
All right.
Well,
so
the winner is Scarlett Johansson in Black Widow.
She definitely deserves this, just due to the fact that
she finally got a solo movie, bro.
She's Scarlett Johansson. She got a solo movie, and she's just a great Black Widow, and she was essentially just made for that role. And nobody will ever replace her shoes as that Black Widow. There's no way.
No.
All right, so moving on to our much anticipated
favorites list. Now, we've said the movies that are our favorites before in our podcast, one at a time, but this is the overall. So here we go. This is the favorites. These are movies that now. This is not to say that movies that are not on that list are not worth watching. Most of them are. Every one of them, but except for one, are. but these are movies that are like what we consider to be rewatchable. Like I'm gonna we can tell you that all five of these movies we will definitely see more than once.
And some of them we have. So I mean, obviously you've seen Highwaymen numerous times.
The only ones I haven't seen more than once are actually Tenet and Highwaymen I've seen multiple times, but I do plan to watch the others multiple times.
So I'll probably only watch Highwaymen once, just because I mean that movie is very up Cody's alley.
Yeah, that's why
I thought it was really good, and I think it's something that you could rewatch, and I think it does belong in the favorites because it's a different way to tell an old story.
The reason this is a favorite for me is just because 5 years down the line or something, someone's like, "Who's Bonnie and Clyde?" I'm like, "You never heard of Bonnie and Clyde? Let's watch a movie about their story," and then show them that, you know. So
Tenet, I've watched multiple times.
Me too.
Cody has watched it multiple times.
Totally
it's just
worth it.
one of those movies that it has that rewatchability. You will continue to unravel new things about the story the more you watch it. So it just has a lot of rewatchability to it.
Yeah.
Dune, we've both only seen once, but that's because it was sort of like in limbo for going in theaters.
I literally went to go watch it the morning that they took it off HBO Max, and I was like, "Damn it!"
Yeah.
Had to pay $20.
So that movie just probably does need a rewatch to really understand.
Oh
it too,
yeah,
because there's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's something I'd rewatch. Just it's just heavy. Like I'd rewatch it, but I really have to I need to be awake, conscious.
We'd probably have to we'd have to watch it together as well. I think.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Things.
Watch
Revenant,
that.
Revenant, I've seen multiple times.
Yeah, that's great.
And that movie, though, I think you can watch it probably like 3 times, and you'd be satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, but who knows? Like,
Probably space it
honestly,
out.
if you have a favorite movie your entire lifetime, you're probably gonna see it a couple, like every other year, maybe every year. You know, you're like, hey, I haven't seen this in a couple years. Go watch that. You know.
Yeah, but this movie, it's really good. Definitely deserves to be on the favorites just because there's so many things about it that we like. And then lastly, the movie that we both have only seen once, but we'll definitely be watching
millions of times,
years down the line.
Yeah.
And for those who have seen this movie, you will understand completely why we are saying this. But even though we have not done the podcast for this movie yet, it definitely deserves to be on the favorites.
Yeah, we'll talk. Let's not spoil too much. We definitely will talk.
We will
about
not spoil anything
but
about it.
Definitely going to be a movie that I watch, specifically the third core, like, part of it, the third act, because I'm going to watch that a lot.
Yeah,
I've already found it on YouTube in bits and pieces, and kept watching it. So,
yeah, definitely go watch it if you are on the fence about it. Just go watch it if you like Spider-Man and Marvel and all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah.
And I'm excited to share my thoughts with you on this movie too in the podcast. So
Exactly.
Can't wait to do that one.
So, well, let's move on here.
Let's move on.
We got the
go watch all those favorites.
This is
go watch all of them.
This is the not favorites list. These are so. By the way, favorites and not favorites list. All the movies we've seen, every movie we've seen for the podcast. So 10. Okay, Power of the Dog. Okay, I'll do this list, Luca.
Okay.
Every movie here is worth a watch. The reason it's not in our favorites is just because it's not like. All right, okay. I'll be honest. Wheelman is on my personal favorites list. It would be up there because I've seen it like a lot. But the rest of these, I've seen Shang Chi twice. We gotta, what we gotta do, Luca, is we really gotta narrow down what it means to be on our favorites list because there's,
We did. We have.
We do. We did. We have. We did.
Well, I believe we said a favorite is something that is
Yeah, like your
our score is what makes it a favorite, but some of the stuff that has that score. Well, hold on. Yeah. One of them that has that score did not make it on the list.
Yeah, Power of the Dog.
Because
just because of the pace. Oh.
Yeah, I think there was. We should narrow it down because some of the stuff that we have as a favorite. So like on our favorites list, those scores were 8.5, 8.5.
Yep.
8.5 and 9.2. Those are on the favorites. And then Spider-Man, we did not have a rating for it yet. But Power of the Dog, we gave it a 7.8. Shang-Chi got an 8.3. Suicide Squad got a 7.8. Wheelman got a 7. Black Widow, we gave a 7. Reminiscence is just we're not going to talk about that yet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some of the stuff in the not favorites list, like some of it ranked really well. But I think
it's just not something we'd rewatch year after year.
Yeah, like it has to have that rewatchability. I think that's what we said.
Yeah.
For the favorites list, like the
something we really want to show people. Something that Power of the Dog I would like to show people, but it's the thing is the pacing makes it not a favorite because it's like I'm not sitting through that just casually on a Friday night.
I'm pretty sure I wrote it in somewhere what qualifies as a favorite.
Okay, well for now it's things we'd rewatch over and over. I think like favorites. Wheelman is not there just because I have seen it a couple times, so I'm not gonna probably watch it again for a while. But the rest, really good. Mainly, almost. All right, let's do this, man. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the last 3 categories. The last 2 categories, actually. No, last 3. Last 3. We are beginning with the worst movie of the year. The worst movie of 2021. Doesn't mean it's awful. It's just not. It's the worst. Okay,
It's
so
well, we have it according to Into the Movieverse. So all this stuff is according to us. It's not like actual,
yeah,
it's all just our opinions on what we think is the worst. So, what are the nominees, Cody?
the nominees are Reminiscence and Black Widow. Now, if you're wondering, wait, I liked Black Widow. Why is it here? We agreed that the Black Widow was kind of forgettable. Not, it had good elements to it, but it was so cutter like Marvel, and
Yeah.
and a little dull. And you know what? Scarlett Johansson deserved better. I think she didn't deserve a solo movie that was like, hey, remember Civil War all those years ago? Your movie's gonna be about that event that no one's talking about anymore. That time frame that everyone's like over. So,
Right.
yeah, that's why it's here. Reminiscence is just here.
it's just a bad,
It's
just a bad movie.
It's
So
it's
Reminiscence,
just yeah. Let's
Reminiscence got a 5.9 on IMDb. 5.9. We gave it a 5.8. So that speaks to what we think about the movie.
Here we go. I'm just doing it. Wow, Reminiscence. No,
Play
like
the clapping sound for it though. Play the clapping.
okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, everyone works movie of the year.
Here's the thing about too far. Here's the thing about Reminiscence. It had potential. Like the world, the story building. It's like one of those movies you watch it and you're like, oh, they had such potential. It could have been so much better. It just wasn't. I don't know if it was I don't know if it was directing. If it was, maybe it was the directing. A little bit of the acting too. Some of the side characters, their acting was like, Hugh
Jackman saved the movie. Like I think we would have ranked it lower if it wasn't for Hugh Jackman.
Agreed.
But,
Agreed.
yeah, it's just no. I mean, it's worth maybe one watch. I don't even know. Maybe I don't even think you should waste your time on it unless it's free.
No, I mean if you're into this genre.
I guess. All right.
No,
Yeah, if you're into the genre, then go.
But
go
honestly, if you're really bored on a Friday night, make sure you have a few beers with you.
There's better movies. There's better movies.
Yeah, it had potential, which is the worst part about this. So, yeah, worst movie of the year. Next up, we have second to last category. The last category, we're going to be doing movie of the year 2021, but this is movie of the year for us, meaning that out of all the movies we've seen this year, regardless of their release date, movie of the year.
Yep.
So
the best Into the Movieverse movie of the year that we have reviewed and talked about.
The nominees are a lot. We have Shang Chi, we have Tenet, we have Dune, we have The Revenant, and we have Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Now, what I find interesting, and we set this up, Power of the Dog got a lot of awards today.
It did.
It got Best Acting, Best Story Writing, Best Costumes, and we gave it Best Actor award. But we do not see it as one that stands out above or next to the movies that we see here. Shang-Chi is up here because, at least in my opinion, it's a breath of fresh air for Marvel. It's introducing a character that we haven't seen before, and we really enjoyed some of the aspects of the movie. And we also saw this one in theaters as well, together. But that doesn't influence the decision of it being the best movie of the year for Into the Movieverse. It just had a nice fresh take. Tenet, obviously, we have been talking about Tenet a lot. Cody's rewatched it a lot, and it's just a movie that stands out to us. We like the time concept and things like that. Dune, just with the CGI and the revitalization or the revive of that series, and that for Dune, I think is going to be cool because it's sci-fi. It's almost like Star Wars, Star Trek-y vibe, and it's something that we could probably get behind and understand the lore and get into it.
Definitely.
And it just did such a great job. Revenant, obviously, the Oscar-winning performance of Leo, and some of the scenes and the work that they did in that movie, and the storytelling as well, really stood out to us. And lastly, No Way Home for reasons that we will talk about in the podcast. So you have to go watch that when we do it. But there's, I don't want to say too much about it, but there's just stuff that pulls on the heartstrings and really hits some parts of your brain really well, that we'll discuss and get into in the podcast. But give your thoughts if you have any, Cody, and then we'll do the winners.
Best ITM movie of the year. The award goes to. Do we have a tie here? Is this something I was unaware of?
We do have a tie.
Okay. Spider-Man No Way Home and Tenet, both amazing movies. I think Tenet was just something that really racks your brain for a while. You know, I think that's what's so special about it, why we loved it so much, is like you're like, if I really like a movie, I'll find myself the next day, like while I'm like getting up and like making breakfast and showering, it's just all that's on my mind, trying to figure it out in my head. I'm like, what's going on? So yeah, Tenet was like, it was like taking over my head for a while. In Spider-Man, it's just like, I have friends who are big Spider-Man fans, and that's all we've been talking about since the movie release. Like every day, sending memes, sending like bits of the movie, talking, discussing. It is one of the best Spider-Man movies. It's really funny because people talk about how, I saw this joke that was like, hey, look at it. Like in terms of ratings, not just ratings, but in terms of like fan stuff, like Tobey Maguire has the best second Spider-Man movie. Andrew Garfield has the best first Spider-Man movie. And Tom Holland has the best third Spider-Man movie. It all works out perfectly. But yeah, amazing Spider-Man movie. Definitely like for me, Homecoming and Far From Home did not feel like Spider-Man movies. They felt like MCU, Tony Stark, like event. Like it didn't feel like a pure comic book Spider-Man individual film. It felt like in this movie really makes it feel like a Spider-Man movie. It's about Spider-Man. It's about his journey, his personal life. It's not about like, Tony Stark and his money, Tony Stark making mistakes, Tony Stark, I gotta live up to Tony Stark. It's like more like, it's about me. My name is Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And I had a father. His name was Uncle Ben.
we had to tie it because these two movies are on completely different playing fields.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had to give both ITM movie of the year because they're just both on different playing fields and they both deserve that recognition.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Very true.
But there can only be one winner for the next category.
There can only be one! Okay. The last category, ladies and gentlemen, of the Into the Movieverse 2021 movie award show. Best movie of 2021. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The best movie of 2021. The nominees are Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Spider-Man: No Way Home, Dune. I don't know why I said It Begins. Okay, Dune, and The Suicide Squad.
So we won't really go too into depth about why these movies.
We have talked about all these movies individually. One of them I think really doesn't. No, you know what? All these movies deserve it.
Say it.
Just say it. I don't think Suicide Squad really belongs here. As in, like, I don't think. I mean, it was amazing. So I don't know. There can only be one. We've already discussed all these movies. I think we should just go ahead and unveil the movie of the year. After a year of watching movies, what we think is like the must watch, the must watch. Are you ready, Luca?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Okay. So ready.
Okay. I'm going to play the loudest clapping noise after this. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And the award goes to... No!
Did that work? Did it work?
No, it's just one. It's supposed to be just one.
But what is it? You gotta announce it.
What? Okay, ladies and I guess it's a tie, and it's not a tie. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dune. Dune is the winner of the 2021...
God damn it.
God dang it. On the finale on the finale, man. All right, go and fix it so you can have your moment.
Okay, let me.
Have your moment.
Okay, here, you can try it now.
Nope.
No, it didn't work. All right, whatever.
Whatever.
Just
Dune
delete it.
wins.
Dune gets movie of the year.
Here, wait.
Although, although Spider-Man was immaculate.
Yeah! Woo!
and has really done a great job. Dune really is
incredible. Yeah,
it's really good. I don't know what I want to see what people thought the best movie of the year was for 2021.
Probably stuff we haven't seen.
Sandy Kenyon's top 10 best movies of 2021. Let's see what she says. None of the stuff that we have mentioned. So, Sandy, you're wrong.
Sandy, come on.
All right, let's go. Hold on, just real quick.
Well, I just wanted
Rotten
to
Tomatoes, editorial Rotten Tomatoes. Say whatever you want while I wait for this.
All right, I just want to do a final announcement. This is the last thing of 2021. I know it's 2022 now, but we were going to do it before the ball dropped, but this is the end of the first year of Into the Movieverse. Thank you anyone or everyone who is watching. And we plan on doing a lot more movies this upcoming year, mainly because we're starting at the beginning of the year. We're going to be able to get a lot more in. A lot more classics, not just newer releases. We're going to try and get some classics in. That way we can have some more categories in the award show.
What the heck?
We're going to do some old favorites, some, we want to try live watch parties together and, being on the couch, watching a movie, on live streaming our reaction. And also the 60-second reviews on movies we don't think deserve or really need a full podcast episode. We're going to include those as well as hopefully maybe some 60-second comic book reviews I wanted to do. I haven't really done any yet, but
that's up to Cody to do that.
And so some announcements, maybe some more skits. There's going to be hopefully a lot more content for Into the Movieverse coming your way this year, 2022. This is the year.
Power of the Dog at number 68 for 2021 best movies. I haven't even heard of the one that they...
Listen, it's all opinions anyway, just like ours. So,
yeah,
Wow.
Okay. I just want to see if Dune got anything. I just want to see who people ranked number one. Maybe we're missing out on some good movies, but we're doing.
Well, we'll talk about it later. I think we should wrap it up
How
here.
the Dog for IndieWire got number one.
Oh,
interesting.
So, thank you everyone for watching the Into the Movieverse 2021 award show.
Yep.
An end to a glorious year. I think that it was 10 movies or 11 movies we'd seen. The list will be
10. Well, if we want to count, we'll end the season with Spider-Man: No Way Home. So that'd be the 12th episode. This is counting as number 11. But that would be the 11th movie we have reviewed.
Okay, yeah, and we're going to include that in 2021. So we have one more 2021 thing coming your way this month, and then everything else will be included in the next year in 2022's award show. But that's everything. And I think we should definitely include way more movies next year. I mean, hopefully we can get to them. But
yeah,
because I think we definitely noticed that a lot of these categories had repeats quite often.
Right.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. That is everything. So thank you for watching, and we will see you in the Spider-Man No Way Home review podcast, which should be live, and hopefully we will be doing it in just a few days. So
yeah, we will talk about it. We'll let you know. Follow us on Instagram at into.themovieverse.
Mm-hmm.
And we look forward to a fantastic year of movie watching with you.
Indeed. Peace out, everyone.